Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me as always, Matthew Pelton.
But it's not normal Matthew Pelton.
No, it's the Matthew of tomorrow.
It's the Matthew of tomorrow.
That is the theme for today's episode.
I was already. I was like, I'm Pelton from the future. You just took my
I
bit.
could read you like a book.
This is how you know we've done too many episodes together.
Too many.
I have the stupidest bit planned, and you beat me to it.
Beat you to the punch. Very excited today. Okay.
Are you?
Excited, but not excited. And here's why. Today we're talking about the 2015 film, Tomorrowland, starring George Clooney. And obviously, if you've listened to the show, if you know me personally by any means, you know that I love Disney, the parks specifically.
Yes.
And this movie has a lot of Disney parks related things that we're going to talk about. However, that's the reason why I'm excited. However, this movie has a lot of film related things that I have major issues with, which is why I'm not excited.
Interesting.
I will say that I had to, for the occasion, bust out the People Mover Tomorrowland t-shirt, which only Pelton can see. But I figured the audience would be just as excited, and he has his Trip to Give Out Water Team Pelton 2022 shirt.
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh, I love it.
This is my, I usually wear this as a workout shirt.
Right.
So I have this on because I have to get through talking about
this by the end you're going to be sweating and
bland movie. Yeah, it's going to take a lot out of me.
Exhausted. Yeah.
And then I get to, as my little sweet treat, I get to go hit the gym after.
Oh, perfect. And then you can
Isn't
just
that awesome?
Yeah, it's like the mental decompression from this.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Oh, great. After watching and talking about Tomorrowland, I get to go to the gym.
Yay! What a good Sunday.
What a great Sunday,
the Lord's Day.
We talked about Rango. We talked about Tomorrowland.
Right.
I get to go to the gym. And you know what I'm doing for dinner?
What are you doing for dinner?
I'm fasting.
Oh, perfect.
Hell yeah, dude.
When God rested on the seventh day, he only hoped that you in the future would have the day that you've had today.
Listen, God rested and I fucking woke up.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm
fucking around today.
I'm working those hours.
Gotta lose some weight, look good so I can do more Greenlit. Let's
go.
Hell
Yeah.
It's like a never-ending loop.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm miserable in it.
Wait. Are you saying that you put on the weight from Greenlit?
Yeah.
And then you go
stress.
back and you lose it so then you can come back looking ripped. And then by the end,
and then
you put it back
gain
on.
weight again. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
just
that
the
idea.
stress. You wouldn't understand because you didn't win Best Radio Personality.
Right.
But when you have to single-handedly carry the show,
a whole production, it's
a whole production.
It's really intense.
It's a lot of stress.
I mean, I don't know firsthand, but I could only imagine.
Yeah, you will never understand. But
I mean, quite literally at this point, I could never understand.
Yeah, we can't win an Emmy anymore. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if we could somehow lie.
Could we do it through a guest?
Through other, because we have friends that still go to Emerson.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could kind of cheat it and be like, no, it's their podcast.
I think low key we could if we changed the title.
We probably could. Even if, listen, I think the judges change for those who don't know, the Emmys is the Emerson College Award ceremony, right? Where me and Nick famously won just so many of them.
Too many.
I think it was 2. So
yeah.
Too many, quite literally. But if we want to win another one, I think the judges change every year.
Perfect.
So we don't have to change the title.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Dude,
let's do it.
I think we could win another Emmy.
We're going on
2 years after graduating?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I completely agree. And I think that by the end of this episode, we should submit this episode.
Let's get to the end first.
Yeah.
See how we like it, and then we'll decide.
See. Okay, yes, we're talking Tomorrowland. I'm gonna start because this is my choice.
Yeah, please.
And we'll see if that ends up being a good thing or not. I don't think it will be. But for this movie, again, top of the episode, I was talking about how I love Disney and all this stuff. I didn't watch this a lot as a kid. You would think, Mr. Disney, whatever, and see all the Disney movies over and over. This was not one of them. I definitely saw this as a kid. I remember a few very key scenes, which we will talk about.
Okay.
Specifically with the not George Clooney character, the younger girl. But
The robot girl or the teenager?
The teenage girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I remember a few key scenes with her, and I really liked the idea of it, but I don't remember really liking the movie enough to go back to it. And yeah, it wasn't super on my radar outside of the one watch. So not a lot of nostalgia outside of the loving Disney parks moment.
Because you are Mr. Disney.
Right.
So I'm shocked that you're like, yeah, like I haven't seen this a lot. I think it's like 27 times, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's 28 after this one, but you know.
Oh, but that's not considering the other ones.
No, and then not compared to like Aladdin or Lion King. Those are like in the thousands.
That's in Lion King 1.5 for some goddamn reason.
That's 2 million. I've seen that 2 million times.
Yeah, I know. You made me watch half of that. We used to live together. You had it on every day.
Oh, I love it. I actually I hate that movie.
Okay, just to really emphasize how much Nick is Mr. Disney.
Sure.
When we lived together, I think it was junior year when you lived in the single.
Yeah. Well, and sophomore. I think it was the whole time.
Which one? It was. You had like the beautiful overlook of Boston.
That was sophomore. That was when we first moved in together.
Sophomore.
That was sophomore year.
So I have a vivid memory of sophomore year going into your room many times for like 2 or 3 weeks straight, and you were doing every Disney animated movie.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yes. So that was sophomore year because that was the semester before I went to my first college program to work for Disney.
There you go.
I was going. I went in order starting in like November. And then I went through and then watched all, and then up to that point they had 60 films in their classic Disney animated catalog. But I was like, I want the context of like the stories and everything. And there were a lot that I hadn't seen, surprisingly enough. So I was like, okay, I want to see them in context of like Peter Pan came out, and then this movie came out, and then this movie came out. So you kind of see the progress.
Oh, I thought you meant like it's like the MCU, like they're all connected.
Oh no, yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean?
Peter Pan shows up in Encanto, confirmed.
Peter Pan will return in Wish.
Yeah.
No way. No. I have to watch all 60 movies beforehand. No. So just know this guy did DCP twice. Yes. Disney College Program. Yep. Which is basically, I like Disney, but as far as I know, it's pretty bad.
It's a really great opportunity, and like I'm not upset that I did it. I'm really glad that I did it because of the people. I met Maddie there. And I made a bunch of friends there. I got really great experience, and I think part of the reason now I'm working where I am is because of my experience in the theme parks working for Disney.
That's true.
And also just like getting to be a part of that history that I grew up like loving is really great. But on the flip side, you don't get paid a lot and your hours are absolutely out of your control. So it's kind of crazy.
So not only did you do that once, you're like, sign me up again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like I want to do that a second time.
Well, okay, so the second time was because Maddie and I started dating in between the two. And we were like, oh, we can like get an apartment together and we can like live at like this resort basically.
Sure.
And then go to the parks all the time and whatever. We didn't know we were going to end up living here full time. But we were like, oh, for the summer, we could just like do this and it could be great. And then we were like, oh, maybe we do this forever. This is awesome.
Dude. And now Maddie works at Disney, right?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah. But also, okay, you're like my favorite person ever because you were watching all 60 Disney movies in order, so you understood the canon of the universe.
Right.
Yep, and you got to the crossovers that made sense. Right. Yeah. But you were also, I don't know if you still do it, but you were also in a weird habit of watching them in bed with a hoodie on.
Yes.
Under like pounds and pounds of sheets.
Pounds and pounds.
Of just like duvets, comforters.
No, I like have a TV now. So.
Okay, thank God.
Thank God.
But here's what he would do. So he would sleep under just pounds of sheets with a hoodie. And you already run hot. Oh, you have a problem being cold.
I know where you're going.
So this motherfucker, in the middle of like the Hunchback, would fall asleep in his hoodie and then sweat the entire night and just have the craziest fever dreams.
Dude, yeah, that was a wild time. Okay. So yeah, I that is true. It wasn't necessarily always in the middle of a movie, but I would like because I didn't do well with the cold, even though I'm from New England.
And you chose a school in Boston for some reason.
In the middle of winter.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I mean, I love it. But yes, I would fall asleep. I'd have these crazy ass fever dreams, and then I'd wake up and I'd tell you about them, and you'd be like, "What the hell?"
I'm like, dude, just take your hoodie off. What are you doing?
Wild. Well, yeah.
So,
but then I couldn't fall asleep. I was too cold.
That's not.
There was no happy medium.
Dude, you had like 7 duvets. That's a fact.
If that was true, I would not be sleeping with a hoodie. I wish that was true.
You have that now, even though you live in Florida, don't you? Yeah. Okay, I have a question though. This was before your first DCP.
Yes.
You would do this. Did you ever have a fever dream because of a Disney movie or about a Disney movie? Like, did you fall asleep during like Tinkerbell or something?
Tinkerbell's not a movie, but
why was it the one example I gave wasn't a movie?
You had 60 shots.
60. I've said them earlier in this episode. I could have said Wish, Peter Pan.
You were doing great. I'm surprised you even pulled the Wish out. That was impressive.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. I mean, there is a Tinkerbell movie, but it's not part. It's like the straight direct to DVD.
Oh, so I was right.
I mean, technically,
I'm a super fan.
But I wasn't watching that. No, I did not have Disney movie related fever dreams. Which thank God. Because I think I would have backed out of the college program if I started having Disney related fever dreams. That would have been too much.
I'm convinced you dream Disney every night.
Yeah, but not fever dream. Not like I'm gonna die.
It's just like magical. It's like a little kid's version.
Yeah,
of
it's
Disney.
just me going to Magic Kingdom and like riding in the teacups and
you're
Dumbo.
with George Clooney and there's a robot girl and you love it.
Right. Yeah, we'll get to the robot girl because that's God. This movie's insane. So. But yes, big Disney fan over here. Always have been, always will be. So this was a wild ride. I will say though, the reason I chose this movie is specifically because I was just in California, as we mentioned on a couple episodes, and we went to Disneyland, like the OG.
Yes, we did.
Disneyland. So I'm sure a lot of these scenes you were like, oh my God, like we did that. Like
now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
See, he's trying to be modest. One, what was the real purpose of your trip? And two, how many times did you go to Disneyland in the span of 6 days?
Okay, so we came to California to do the Disneyland half marathon. So we did that first. And then
yes, you did.
The 4 of us, including Nicole and Maddie, we went to Disneyland for the day after the half. Yeah. And then Maddie's birthday was during that week. So Maddie requested that it would just be a little date day between the 2 of us. So we spent a day, just the 2 of us. And then the following day, you guys joined us and we did a day California adventure. It was lovely.
So 3 days.
So 3 days.
And when you and Maddie had the date night, where did you stay again?
Oh, the Disneyland Hotel.
Right. Even though I live, 30 minutes away?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to put that out there.
A little birthday treat.
Sure. Just a little Disney birthday treat.
No shame there.
This is what I mean by Mr. Disney.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
I don't shame it.
Yeah. I was going to say, when you're there, you got to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got to do it to a certain extent. Like, you were there, you had a list of things that you wanted to buy and do, and you were so excited, and I was so excited to see you excited. You were finally seeing me in my element, and I'm convinced, you got a little taste of the Disney magic, and it stuck with you a little bit.
Okay, here's what
you
I'm gonna say.
You have to admit it.
Here's what I'm going to say. Most of my life, pre-Nick, my life is PN and AN. Pre-Nick, after Nick. So in the PN era, I had gone to Disney. I think the Florida one. I don't know if I've been to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yes, I did. I don't know. I've been to both.
Yeah.
But I also did Universal. And the stigma behind it was me and my older brother were like, Universal fucking rocks. That's the adult one.
Yeah.
And we had a little sister. Named, we have.
She's still around.
She's still with us. Yeah, we talk all the time. But we were like, okay, we'll do Disney for her. We'll do a boring Disney day.
Yeah.
And then we get the badass Universal day, like the Hulk coaster, all that shit.
I'm going to cut you off really quick just to say that is a stigma, like, to this day. Of, like, any time, even, like, working in the parks and working behind the scenes now, everyone always talks about, like, when you think of Disney, like, if you don't know it, your immediate mind is, like, the castle, princess, like, child. And then when
it's the little kid one.
Yeah, and then Universal, it's like the big coasters and it's for the boys. And that was pretty much true. I grew up like going, a younger kid, went to Disney a lot. And then once I hit like 12, 13, I was like, all right, let's go to Universal. Let's do Harry Potter. Like, let's do all the big rides, all this stuff. So to a certain extent, I get where you're coming from. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. No, but you have a good point. Like that was most of my experience. And then I met you, and you were like Disney, and I was like, oh my god, shoot me. And then you left for the Disney College program twice.
Yes,
asshole. So you took off, and then I was like, I just learned so much about Disney from you.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I feel like I know a lot, but now knowing what you know, I want to experience it, see if my stigma's correct.
Right.
And okay,
Say it.
Disney was kind of awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
It was pretty awesome, dude. We had a great time.
It was so much fun. Like that trip will
We
go
did,
down
like,
in
2
history.
full days,
It was
too.
so great. Yeah. It was so great.
I gotta be honest. And I have like that Universal Premium Pass
Right.
LA, so I go all the time and like fast lane it. But yeah, Disney's better.
Yeah, Disney's great.
And they have like coasters and shit.
Yeah.
Like the Incredicoaster goes harder than anything Universal has here.
It's awesome. It's so much
I don't
fun.
know where that stigma came from.
I know. Well, and also like you came down over the fall and we did HHN, we did Epic, we did all of Universal stuff. But I realized like we did all that and we did the theme park thing because like I'm a big theme park guy, but we didn't do Disney. Like that's where it all started with
not
with
a single
us.
thing.
And then finally we did California. But what I realized is now we've done Universal on both coasts, Disneyland. But we've never done Disney in Florida together, which is like I feel like where this all started.
That's the big one.
And I'm like, okay, we got to do. So next time you're here, we got to do it. But yeah, so
Okay,
I got you. We did it. We did Disneyland. You had a blast. Now you understand where I'm coming from.
You did. Like I feel like I got like tricked. Like you got me. Like you hooked me in.
Yeah.
And now I swear to God, like I got like a purple zip up Disneyland hoodie. I wear it everywhere I go.
There you go.
And people are like, he's a tourist, he doesn't live here, but I do.
Right.
That's the crazy part. But yeah, I'm a Disney guy, and actually, it gets even worse because me and Nicole went to the library a couple days ago because our apartment had no power, so we just had to go somewhere that like had Wi-Fi and stuff to like charge our thing, get some work done.
Sure.
And we're like, oh, we should get books while we're here. So I found an Oasis book. Obviously, I grabbed it. But me and Nicole also grabbed a book about the making of Disneyland. We did.
Wait, what?
We did. And we were way too excited when we found it. We're like, oh, no way.
What is it? Is it called The Making of Disneyland? What is it called? Do you remember?
I think it's literally called like Disneyland. It's got like a blue cover. And it's not like Walt's origin story, which I think is cool. It just goes right into when he started making the park.
Oh, wait.
It beats out everything else.
Is it because so they just released a documentary. I think I was telling you about it, the Disneyland Handcrafted.
Yes.
And they had a book before the documentary came out. And I don't know if the book has the same title, but it's by Leslie Iwerks, who is Ub Iwerks' granddaughter, who is the co-creator of Mickey Mouse. So she is now a documentarian, and she does a lot of Disney documentaries. And she has a book, but I don't know if it's the one that you guys picked up, or if it's a different one.
No, it's a different one. The one we have is by an author named Richard Snow.
Okay.
And it's called Disney's Land.
Oh, yes. That's a very famous one. I've heard of that.
Oh, cool.
I don't have it, but that's super exciting. Let me know what you think.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Are you okay?
I don't have a lot of Disney books. I have a few like storytelling Disney like Pixar books. Like actually my mic is sitting on one right now.
Shocker.
But as far as like Disneyland, like Imagineering, that sort of thing, I don't really have a lot. There's some that I've been looking at, but a lot of them are like not big investments, but I'm like, I want to wait until I read the books that I have and then I will go buy those.
Okay, honestly, that's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that's how much you got me into this little Disney crap.
Hell yeah.
And now I'm reading a book about it, and I'm excited to read it.
Okay, hell yeah. That makes me excited.
It's ridiculous.
I also want to just make very clear on this episode that there's a very like fine line between a person who enjoys Disney parks and Disney movies and what is known in the Disney world as a Disney adult. I do not consider myself to be a Disney adult.
Would you like to elaborate?
Yes. I am a casual Disney moviegoer. I am not going out to see every single Disney movie no matter what. I have my very specific opinions about a lot of Disney movies, and a lot of them I don't think are very good. There are movies that I think are great, there are movies that I think are fine, and there are movies that I think are garbage. As far as the parks go, sure, we go pretty often, but I'm not like dropping everything to get every single new piece of merchandise. We're locals, so it's almost like it's our local, like not local market, but like it's like a local little area that we can go to when, like, okay, the Festival of the Arts is going on right now, right? We're not going every single day to get every single piece of food and like do everything there. But when there's like someone that's performing that we're like, oh, that could be cool, we go to the parks. So we
Smash
don't
Mouth.
go. Yeah, exactly. We don't go all the time. But like when we're looking for something to do, we're like, yeah, we can go ride a couple rides and leave. We're not obsessed.
Honestly,
we have lives outside of the parks. But it is something that we do enjoy every so often in our free time.
That's like, again, like with me and Nicole and our Universal Pass, it's kind of the same thing.
Exactly.
We're like, it's Saturday, we have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Let's go do Mummy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, might as well.
Yeah, but I'm not having fever dreams about Disneyland and Disney World. Because if that was the case, then I would be a little concerned for myself.
That's okay. That's fair.
But no,
I'll give
and
you
I'm
that.
not. Yeah, and I'm not like part of like any like Facebook groups or anything like that of like keeping up with Disney stuff. Like that's too much for me. Like I even have limits, and those are the limits.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I just want to make that very clear before we get into this, because I do love Disney, but it's not an unhealthy obsession.
Okay, I have two questions for you. Would you say you were like on the edge of like Disney fan and Disney like adult?
Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty big fan.
Okay.
Like they have the yearly like D23 panel for the parks where they like announce the next next couple of rides that they're doing. And because I also work in the industry, that's something that I watch.
And you worked at Disney twice.
Exactly. So it's like I keep up with that, but I'm not like there are people who like look at like permits to figure out what they're building, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm not like obsessed to that point where I'm like, and I'm also like not like theorizing about specific things. I mean, mostly because I know what's going on, especially at Universal. But like, there is a sort. But yeah, I would say that if I was a little bit more obsessed, I would definitely be over that line. So I'm close.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm there.
But the line's in sight.
The line is in sight.
You can see it clear as day.
There's a little bit of haze.
Okay, there's a little bit of haze. You need your glasses.
But I know it's there.
The line's in sight.
Yeah, I know it's there.
I don't even see it.
Yes, I'm very aware. But that's the thing is like I because I see it and there's a little bit of haze there, I take a step back. And I go, all right, I know my limits. I'm not gonna freak. When we were in Disneyland, we saw Bob Iger and Josh Tomorrow. I know who those people are. But I'm not freaking out and going up to them and being like, I love Disney. There's a certain level.
Well, I have a bone to pick with those two now.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
They fucked me.
So I love that you're creating lore behind this.
They did. They totally did. When me and Nick went to Disney, when he came to visit me, a couple weeks ago at this point. It wasn't that long ago. I collect popcorn tins.
Yes.
Mostly from like movies. And again, I have like limits. Like, I gotta like the movie. I gotta like the franchise. I gotta like the tin, etc. I don't just buy all of them.
Right.
But I only have like one or two ones from like Universal that I've really liked. Mm-hmm. And I know Disney is kind of famous for their popcorn tins. They do tons of them. They do Star Wars ones, Marvel ones, but I've just never been. I haven't been since I was like 10.
Yeah.
So sure enough, we were going, and at Disney California Adventure, they have that big Ferris wheel with Mickey's face on it. And what was it, the 25th anniversary?
Something like that.
It was a big anniversary. And they're like, hey, we're doing a popcorn tin of the Ferris wheel. Yeah. And it lights up and you can spin it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool because we'll all ride the ride the day of the anniversary. We'll get the popcorn bucket. It'll be sick.
Yeah.
It was great. It was like perfect timing. So we do the Ferris wheel, and it was literally right after the Ferris wheel. There's a little stand, like a popcorn stand that was selling them. And come to find out, I think that was only one of two stands that were selling them in the entire park.
Yeah, well, they all sold out so quickly.
They sold out so quick. And now on eBay, like, they're selling for like $200.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye on it because I'm like, if I need like rainy day money, fuck the popcorn tin, dude. I'm selling it. Are you kidding me? That's good money.
Yeah.
So I get in line, and Nick and Maddie, you guys go off to go to the bathroom or something. It's just me and Nicole waiting. And sure enough, they come back within seconds, like way too quick for a bathroom trip. And they're like, hey guys, like, don't freak out. But over there is Bob Iger and the new Disney CEO.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And sure fucking enough, like around the corner come like these two security guards and Bob Iger and the new guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Josh Duhamel?
Josh Tomorrow.
Just tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just tomorrow.
He was the head of the Disney parks. Like he was the parks chairman.
Yeah.
And then now he's CEO.
Now he's replacing Bob Iger,
Yeah.
right? So I guess the two of them were just doing like a stroll around Disneyland, which is insane.
Yeah.
And we just saw them. And I'm like, oh, there's people worth like billions of dollars. Like that guy purchased Marvel and Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Like
They just announced
insane things.
Josh Tomorrow's CEO package was $36 million a year.
A year?
A year.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And he has the balls to do what he did to me?
Yeah.
So here's what these two did. It was so fucked up. So Nick and Maddie leave. They're probably stalking him. Who knows? And me and Nicole in the back of the line. And listen, I know it's the old CEO and the new CEO. I don't give a shit, okay? A line's a line. But these two fuckers went to the front of the popcorn line and bought the popcorn bucket. They just stole one. They just cut the whole line and bought my bucket. That was my bucket. They cut me, Matthew Chase Pelton. Bob Iger cut me in line and stole my bucket.
Right.
Probably didn't even pay for it. What the fuck? And then he just walked away.
These guys.
Back of the line, buddy.
What do we do? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if one of those cast members was like, you gotta wait in line? And they did? With like all their security. They had like photographers and everything.
Yeah, they did.
Like
hey, can you imagine yelling at them, not knowing who they are?
Yeah. Hey, we're serving the customer, the guest.
Line's back
Get
here.
in the back of the line, asshole.
Dude, it was fucked up.
He's like, get out of my park.
He's like, do you realize I own this park?
Yeah. I could easily kick you out and prevent you from buying this popcorn tin, you asshole.
Dude, this $50 popcorn bucket that you're going to sell for $300 because you're a dick.
Exactly.
But my point is, every time I see that bucket, I'm like, fucking Bob Iger cut me in line. This is to buy one of these popcorn buckets.
It's one of the funnier stories from that trip. That is insane.
Do you think he scalped it? He sold it.
Oh, 1,000. He needs the money.
He does.
Yeah.
Now that he's not CEO, he's like,
I think his package was like $48 million a year.
That's not enough.
No.
He needs that extra $230.
Yeah.
Minus eBay's cut, dude.
I'm convinced. Yeah. That was
that fucker.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like, the second I was starting to like Disney, the main guy at Disney cut me in line.
Yeah, he hates you.
And now I hate Disney.
So this is full circle. You're back to not.
Full circle. I fucking hate Disney.
Okay, perfect.
My sister, who I guess is no longer with us, can go.
Right.
I'll go to Universal, okay?
Right. Yeah, because younger sisters, no matter how old they are, can only go to Disney.
They're not allowed to step foot. Even though I took her to Universal and she came. Nope.
No.
Disney
no
only,
way.
dude.
Yes, but I'm glad that we just cleared the air there. Bob Iger stole a popcorn tin. I am not a Disney adult, and Pelton is on the horizon of Disney. He's at least aware.
I'm coming around to this whole Disney thing. Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Wait, I have one more question.
Yes.
Just to really solidify where you were at in the Disney spectrum.
Yes.
You know those, like, I think it's only in Florida. I don't know if they have them in Anaheim.
Yeah.
But you know those, like, properties that are technically on Disneyland? Like Disney property, but it's like a house.
Okay.
And there's all like those these little secret Mickey themed things in there.
Oh, yes, in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever live in that?
Never.
Okay, thank God.
Never.
Okay.
Never. I will say, not only for the fact that they're all like $10 million houses each, but
but Greenlit will take off.
Outside of that, if I did have the money and I decided to get a house, I would want you're too in it. Like I would.
It's too much.
That's what I'm saying. Like I need my own life. I need to like continue to do things. I want like, I want like a private little area where I'm not like on Disney property. The benefit of living there, outside of just it being a beautiful house, is that they have their own like van system that they will just come pick you up from your house and take you to the parks.
What if you want to go like grocery shopping?
That I don't know, but I do always see at the parks they have their own bus stop. That's like the first ones. You don't have to walk far. They come pick you up. They take you right to your house. Like it's super cool. But outside of that, absolutely not.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's way too much.
Just to be surrounded by it 24/7. That's insane.
Exactly. So childhood stories for you. I know we talked a lot about my backstory about being not a Disney adult. So did you ever see this movie when you were younger?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Because you said this came out in 2015, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this was. I know we talked about this on Radio Rebel, so I won't like go over it a ton.
Yeah.
But this is now at the point where movies and shows like this are kind of no longer on my radar.
That's fair.
I started going to like older stuff.
Yeah.
Even like a couple years before this. So I remember when it was coming out, I'm like, oh, that's like one of the parks.
Yeah.
Like I knew it wasn't a ride.
Right.
I knew it was like an area. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if it has good reviews, I'll go see it. I was also at boarding school at the time, so it would have been hard to even go to the movie theater.
Right.
So I'm like, if it's great, I'll go. And then the reviews are like, this is the most bland movie to ever be created.
It's just nothing.
It's literally just nothing. So I'm like, I'm good. And then I never saw it.
That's fair.
I would have no connection. I went to Tomorrowland when I was like 7, probably.
Perfect. And then we went 2 weeks ago.
And then we went.
Yeah.
So I guess perfect timing.
Hey, yeah, no, that's truly why I picked it, because we had the experience at Disney. So like when we're talking about It's a Small World, you're like, oh, we went on that, which we'll get to.
It's a Small World. We single-handedly started a chant for Space Mountain, if you remember. We were in those long-ass waiting lines, and we were just like, Space Mountain, Space Mountain, Space Mountain.
Let's go.
And we got the whole line to do it. Does that actually what happened? No. But that's the story I'm going to tell, because that's cooler.
Yes, it is.
We got everyone to go like, Space Mountain, Space Mountain. I think on the ride we were doing it too.
I think so.
Yeah, I was like, Space Mountain.
And then it was great.
And it was great. And you know what? I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I quite enjoyed Tomorrowland.
Let's go.
Area.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's wait until the movie.
Let's take it easy.
The more interesting part is production. So we can move on to that, because
I have questions.
Yes. And I am very excited to talk about it. So this movie was directed by a guy named Brad Bird. Now, have you heard of Brad Bird?
Is that Mr. Incredible?
He is the Incredibles guy.
Hey!
He went over to Pixar, and they were kind of getting their start. And he did The Incredibles, and obviously The Incredibles is what it was. And he was this like master storyteller. So then he did Ratatouille. So he is the Ratatouille guy. Ratatouille is my favorite Pixar film. So hats off to Brad Bird. I love Ratatouille.
But The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Is it?
No. I mean, Good Dinosaur's fine. But
it's good.
He then directed Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, which I've never seen.
Whoa, that's a great movie.
Yeah. He then did this movie, and then did Incredibles 2, and then he has a movie coming out this year. But that's his whole filmography.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And he takes like long breaks between movies, and then he just does something, and it's great for the most part. Cinematography is done by a guy named Claudio Miranda. He did...
That's a sick name.
Exactly. He did The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Life of Pi, Top Gun, actually, not just the regular Top Gun Maverick specifically, F1, and the upcoming Star Wars Starfighter. So when we see that movie, it's going to look just as shitty as this movie. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No. He has a really good filmography, and I will say some of the cinematography in this is pretty good.
Also, I did not know. I know Starfighter is like kind of a pilot-based Star Wars movie, and I kind of like they got the guy from Top Gun Maverick to do it.
Yes, that makes me so happy.
I don't think I knew that. That makes me kind of pumped.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Because I'm nervous. I'm not gonna any
Star Wars projects
also
I get Ryan
nervous.
Gosling.
Yeah, it's Ryan Gosling.
He's good in some things, and in other things, it's just like bad. He's just bad at picking projects. I think
it's.
I don't know.
I'm
so mixed about his projects.
I quite like Ryan Gosling, but it could be any actor, any cast and crew. Anytime there's any kind of Star Wars projects moving forward, I try to go in like a little, let's not have a lot of hope and faith in this.
Yeah,
not in like a cynical way.
No, but just as a Star Wars fan, you don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah, I can look at the track record and be like, there's a good chance this probably won't be one of my favorite Star Wars things. So I try to set the bar at like a medium level.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, that wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But then you have good stuff like Andor happened, and you're like, what the fuck? That was crazy.
Where did that come from? Get those people.
No idea. Get Tony Gilroy to do everything.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Starfighters, I didn't know a lot about it. I knew Ryan Gosling was in it, but it's cool they got the Tomorrowland guy.
Yeah, Mr. Tomorrowland, man.
His most famous credit, Tomorrowland.
Yes, exactly. So this movie was edited by Walter Murch and Craig Wood. Walter Murch did Apocalypse Now.
I knew that name.
Yeah. Talented Mr. Ripley, Godfather 3, Julia. And Craig Wood did Pirates of the Caribbean, Rango.
Oh, no way.
If you remember from last week, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and my personal favorite of all of his movies, Kraven the Hunter.
Stop. You gotta stop with this Kraven the Hunter.
But yes, it's the Rango editor. He's back, Pirates of the Caribbean, Guardians guy, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So pretty good editing team. This is a pretty damn good team so far.
Are you gonna try to bring up Kraven the Hunter on every episode?
No, it's just he was on 2 episodes in a row.
This is awful.
This is the same guy. I had to get that joke in there.
It is cool we got him twice in a row. I do like that.
It's pretty fun.
And he has great credits.
Like most bad movies we cover on this show, the crew is great. Like a really well respected crew. And the final major crew person on this is Michael. Some people say Giacchino, some people say Giacchino, but he is Michael Giacchino. He's just like the most legendary person on the planet. And here's why. He did the score for, I'm just going to read as many credits as I can. Ready?
Yes.
Zootopia 2, Fantastic Four, First Steps.
Oh.
Spider-Man, all of the new ones.
Okay.
Lightyear, Jurassic World, all of the new ones, all the Jurassic Worlds. Jojo Rabbit, Coco, War for the Planet of the Apes, Rogue One, Doctor Strange, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Up, remember that score is incredible, Cloverfield, Ratatouille, again, incredible score, Muppets Wizard of Oz, very random, The Incredibles, again, incredible score, and then my 2 actual favorites, because they're Disney Parks related, and I told you this when we were in the parks. He did Star Tours.
Yeah.
And if you remember, he did Space Mountain. He's the guy who did Space Mountain. He's the guy who did Incredibles, all of that.
Space Mountain.
So if you think about the amount of things that he did just in terms of movies that also then got turned into parks, his music is everywhere. It's like Michael Giacchino and then John Williams are like the 2 people that just own theme park music.
Well, it's weird how many like little avenues he touched in like both of our lives.
1,000%.
He's done major theme park stuff. He's done Marvel. He's done Star Wars. Like this guy he's done Pixar. Like this guy's just across the board, done everything.
Everywhere. He's
like
so
prolific. He just scored our youth.
Exactly. And then, I mean, not to mention that he did Fantastic Four and Zootopia in the same year. Like 2 massive...
Fantastic Four is like one of the best MCU scores of all time.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. So, yes, all-star crew. You could argue all-star cast, depending on who you talk to.
There's the one.
It's the one, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, let's not pretend the other actors are the same level of
random.
George Clooney.
I would argue the animatronic villains are.
The robot girl is, though.
Yeah.
She rocks.
Okay, moving on to budget. Let's talk budget. How much do you think this movie costs?
Well, this is 2015.
2015.
So this is post-Avengers.
Yes.
And this is, I think Age of Ultron was 2015.
It was. Do you want me to give you those numbers? Or do you want to?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Actually.
It'll help you inform or
I
just
believe
compare.
They're both, true. If I had to guess, I think they're both over 200 million in terms of budget.
Okay. The Avengers movies.
Box office, I believe they both made over $1 billion.
I believe so.
I know Avengers did. I don't remember if Age of Ultron cracked it, but I think it did.
Yes. Avengers Age of Ultron's budget was $365 million.
Wow.
First Avengers film's budget was $220 million.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
I knew it was like 200 million plus. I didn't know Age of Ultron was 300 million.
Yes, and they both grossed over $1 billion.
That's why. Okay. So we're now kind of in this era of your middle budgets are dying.
Mm-hmm.
So a movie like Tomorrowland, if there's only, just from process of elimination, middle budget's gone. You only have low budget, high budget. This is clearly not a low budget film.
Right.
But I don't know if it's like 200 million level. I don't know if it's like Avengers level.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it's under, but not by a lot.
Under 200?
I'm going to say they put a, Yeah,
Okay.
honestly, they put a lot of money into this. They really banked on this idea. I'll say it was 165.84 million.
You were relatively close. You were on the right. You were on the right track. Just under 200. It was at $180 million budget.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah, you were pretty damn close.
Damn.
What do you think this movie made in theaters?
Ooh.
Now think about the context of how this movie has
not a lot.
received.
Because, okay, I believe the reviews aren't like super negative. I think they're like mixed.
Right.
It was like a lukewarm reception. This movie's not really talked about or remembered. In fact, if you go to Tomorrowland, we did recently, there was nothing related to this movie
I
at
don't
all.
think there ever was.
No. So, and there's no sequel. There's nothing. So you gotta assume it didn't make a ton. And knowing the budget was 180 million, times it by 2 for marketing, gets you at
360.
I went to film school. Thank you. 360. My dad's a math professor. He's gonna be very disappointed. I couldn't come up with that number. 360 million. They probably needed to crack even, maybe even more, because marketing was probably very high for a movie like this. I'll say it made 240.9 million.
Okay, so in order for it to be considered a success, it had to be just shy of 400 million.
Ooh, so
right?
More marketing than normal.
Right? No, just but I'm just saying, like you do the math. It's multiply the 180
Probably
by
340 million up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right around there, and your guess was what? 240?
I don't remember.
I think you said 240.
Can I lower it to 220?
That's fine because you're closer. It made $209 million.
Oh no!
With a budget of 180 million.
And that does not include marketing at all.
No.
And you know they marketed the shit out of this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So they lost money. They lost a lot of money, which is why it was never heard from again.
Nope, they do not embrace this movie at all.
Not at all.
I kind of feel bad.
I do, only because, and we'll get to this at the end, this could have been such a good movie. And they could have done such a good job with it. And I think if they made it now and they really took the steps to make it, like, decent, like, there's potential there.
There is. It's one of those Greenlit watches, not to kind of spoil Final Thoughts a little bit, but there's often Greenlit watches where it's just miserable or it's great. This is one where it's like, oh, there was a lot of potential here.
So much potential.
Yeah, this could have been something great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if we just didn't have enough time and development. I don't know, but yeah, a little bit.
So sad. As a movie fan, as a theme park fan, I was like, man.
And I was just at Tomorrowland, so I was all primed and ready for this.
Yeah, you like have the context and like
I should have loved this.
Oh, could have been so good.
And it just didn't quite nail it.
No. But so more production notes here. In 2010, Damon Lindelof began discussions with Walt Disney Studios about producing a modern science fiction Disney film with Tomorrowland as a basis. Mind you, 2015 it comes out, so 5 years before the kind of idea starts coming up. The project was greenlit by Walt Disney Pictures, president of production Sean Bailey in June of 2011, with Lindelof signed on to write and produce a film with the working title of 1952. I don't really know why it was that, but anyways. In May...
Wait, hang on.
Oh, yeah.
Nick and Post, sorry. I want to see if that's like when the farm was founded. That was crazy. Opening day. Oh, it opened in 1955.
Yeah, I mean, I could have told you that.
When did Disneyland open?
1955.
Oh, it opened with it?
And then Disney... Disneyland in California opened 1955. Disney World was 1971.
I meant when did I didn't realize Tomorrowland.
Oh yeah, Tomorrowland was an opening. Yeah.
Why is it 1952?
I am not sure. Maybe it was like the development of Tomorrow. I have no idea.
1952. Because that'd be a cool fact. Hang on. Now I'm curious.
1952 relevance to Disney. Do it on like ChatGPT.
Oh my God, I got it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, ready? According to Google AI.
Yes.
The most trustworthy source.
Perfect.
The 2015 Disney science fiction film Tomorrowland, directed by Brad Bird and starring George Clooney, used 1952 as its working title during development. The title was inspired by a mysterious box of archival documents from the 1950s discovered in Disney Studios, with 1952 written on the box.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this comes up in just a second in my notes, but I didn't realize that's where it all, like, that's why they chose that title.
Oh.
I assumed that, because we'll get to it in a second, but basically Brad Bird posted a photo with a bunch of different, like, props, like old props with that 1952 thing in it.
Oh, on the box.
But I assumed that it was just, like, part of the whatever, just part of the photo.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize that's, like, they found that and they were like, all right, that's the title for now.
Yeah, they found a box of old shit.
Okay. Hell yeah. There you go. Piece of trivia from Pelton's AI.
From the movie Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I love it. So
Great.
in May of 2012, Brad Bird was hired as director as well as a co-writer with Lindelof. And when asked in November of 2012 whether Brad Bird's next project would be Star Wars Episode 7, Bird denied the rumor, but confirmed that Tomorrowland would be his next film, which would be a science fiction film, naturally. With Lindelof adding that the film would not be centered on extraterrestrials, because that was a concern for the people in the time.
It'd be aliens? Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
It cannot be aliens.
No. I mean, I guess there's not really, like, any true... well, no, there are aliens, though. That's the thing. In Space Mountain, there's, like... Yeah, there's, like, characters that are clearly aliens.
There's aliens everywhere.
I don't know, yeah. So, coincidentally, Bird had been tapped to direct Star Wars Episode 7... but turned down the offer in order to work on Tomorrowland.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And then later that month, George Clooney entered negotiations to star in the film. But yeah, imagine a world where the new Star Wars trilogy was directed by the guy who did Ratatouille, Incredibles, this Mission Impossible movie I've never seen. Like, so many good movies. He could have had this trilogy. No one would have fucked with it. It wouldn't have been two different directors. Tomorrowland would have been directed by some other person. Maybe it would have been even better. Or maybe it wouldn't even exist. Yeah.
Get JJ to do Tomorrowland.
Switch them, and then it would be great.
Yeah, switch them.
Yeah, what a wild thought.
Not to go down a whole Star Wars rabbit hole, because I'm going to try to contain myself.
Okay.
But you brought it up. It's your fault.
Of course.
Is when it comes to specifically Episode 7, Force Awakens, one, I'd be curious if Brad Bird would be directing the same script as JJ did.
Sure.
I don't know, because I know JJ had a hand in writing it, but it was Lawrence Kasdan, I believe is his name. The same writer as Empire and Return. So it could have been the same script. But two, I would wonder if in an alternate world, do you think it would be better than the current Episode 7? Not the whole trilogy, Episode 7 as it stands.
But see, that's the thing, is I like 7.
I do too.
I like 7. So
and
I'm
7
like,
gets a lot of shit, but it's in retrospect because of how it ended up going.
But I like 7. So if 7 somehow was exactly the same and Brad Bird directed, I'm taking your question in a new direction.
Okay, go for it.
I think that 7 had the potential to be the same or better. I would think.
Okay.
But I think that with Brad Bird, if he was stayed on the trilogy, it would be overall better trilogy. That's my opinion.
Well, I would say that with almost anyone.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
I think if JJ stayed for all 3, it would be better than it currently played out. And I don't think I'm not saying like Last Jedi is a terrible movie or even Rise of Skywalker is a terrible movie. I just think too many different creative voices not on the same page about stuff, and it just kind of fell apart.
Right.
You could have Rian Johnson do all 3. I think it'd be great.
Sure.
But I would be kind of curious to see a Brad Bird directed Star Wars movie.
That's what I'm saying.
That, like,
they already have the cinematographer for the new one. So you just say, hey, let's bring back the Tomorrowland crew. Let's get Brad Bird in.
Hey, you remember that movie that we lost $1 million? $100 million?
Let's do
bring
it.
Them all
Let's
back.
do it again. Another high budget Star Wars movie. Let's do it. Another Disney property. Oh my God. Could be great.
Get George Clooney in the new Starfighter movie.
He's the main character.
Yeah, we'll get the robot girl.
Yeah, great.
It'd be great. Let's do it.
She's still just as young. She's a robot. Perfect.
I do love the idea that the producers of Tomorrowland just took, what was it? Like 180 million?
Yeah.
And like a big pile of like comically large money and then just like lit it on fire.
Okay, I will say with that budget, obviously George Clooney was probably most of it. Outside of that, I think the CGI, because I mean most of this movie is CGI.
Most of it. And it looks good.
It looks good. Fair. So I would assume that's where most of the budget went. Not to the writers.
And Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, we can only afford one draft, so this is it.
So get on it, and you have a week.
And that's it. And let's go. All right, let's start shooting.
They're like, we put gasoline on the pile. It's burning fast. So if you want to hit that money, you better write. That's how it works. They burn it, and you just have to run in and grab what you can before it's all ash.
Yeah. And then you leave and use part of the money to pay for your burn wounds.
You go to the hospital, use the money you just got.
Yeah.
And then you spend the rest of the money at the real Tomorrowland.
Right.
Like, I'm going to Disney, dude.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. You get a paycheck from the mouse, you're going right back to the mouse.
Exactly.
Like, I want that churro, dude.
Beautiful.
Churro rock Mickey ice cream bar, dude. Let's go.
But yes, I wish we could see a Brad Bird Star Wars movie. I don't know if that's in the future, but one can only hope.
I'd be curious to see if the script was different. Like, how many changes would there be if he got his little fingers in there instead of JJ? I don't know why I phrased it like that.
I don't know either. Let's move on.
It's pretty gross.
So on January 23rd, 2013, nearly a week before the title change, Brad Bird tweeted a picture related to the project. This is what I was saying before. The image showed a frayed cardboard box labeled 1952, supposedly uncovered from Walt Disney Imagineering developmental unit, and containing items like archival photos of Walt Disney, Technicolor film, envelopes, a vinyl record, space technology literature, a 1928 copy of an Amazing Stories magazine, and an unidentified metal object. Who, God only knows what that metal object is.
What the hell?
I don't know.
That's alien, dude.
But that was the little tease of like, hey, Tomorrowland movie, here we go. So originally, the film included overt references to Walt Disney's involvement with Plus Ultra, the fictional organization founded by Mr. Eiffel, Mr. Verne, Mr. Tesla, and Mr. Edison.
Yep, yeah.
Including the idea that Disneyland's Tomorrowland was intended to be a cover-up for the real one developed by the group. However, the scenes and dialogue were omitted from the final cut of the film. This comes into play when we get to plot, but I wish that was the case, where they were just like, no, Disney's just like a conspiracy theorist. And he built this secret, like, it's like a secret psyop for all like the most powerful. It's just the Illuminati. This is an Illuminati movie.
You just told me they're like, yeah, they cut this whole thing, and as you're describing it, I'm like, yeah, no shit, they cut this.
Yeah,
are they out of their minds? Like, Disney would never approve that.
No, and that's the thing. But like, they would never ever approve that, putting their
that's insane.
Their founder in this light as like just an Illuminati man. But that would be so much fun.
It'd be hysterical.
It'd be so fun.
That only works if you're doing like a non-IP version. Mm-hmm. Where it's like Yesterday Park or something. It's like clearly Tomorrowland, but it's not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only way you could get away with that.
1,000%.
That's like if like one day we should make it.
Yeah, Quaywood Productions.com.
Okay, Quaywood Productions.com. But if I did like a Marvel movie, and it was kind of like a fourth wall breaky one, like a She-Hulk or a Deadpool. Like, did you watch She-Hulk?
Yes. I don't remember any of it because it sucks.
Hey. I am a She-Hulk defender. But remember at the end, you have Kevin Feige kind of show up. It's like a Kevin robot.
Yes. Where they're like on the back end of like Disney Plus.
Yeah. They're like in the studios and shit.
I can't believe they did that.
So it's awesome, and I love it, and I will defend She-Hulk to the day I die.
That's cool. I like that part. But yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, you have the Kevin robot show up, and that's like the closest Kevin Feige's ever agreed to having him in a movie.
Right.
Like, I think originally they wanted him, and he said no.
Well, yeah.
He's like, but like, I'll compromise, and you can do this.
Right.
Could you imagine I make a Marvel thing, and I not only is Kevin Feige in it, but he's covering up for like a terrorist group? Like, that would be insane.
It was secret rocket in the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. A secret Nazi rocket in the Eiffel Tower. Like, dude, why would you even think to do that?
I have no idea. But
like, whoever came up with that is either brilliant or insane.
I'm curious if that person was still on the project after that idea got
There's
shot
no way
down.
Disney still works with this guy. Hey, what if we took Walt and he built this whole park to cover up for like a Nazi rocket and the Illuminati? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Okay.
You're fired.
Let's spend $180 million to shoot it. Let's fucking go.
I love it. But yes, continuing with production notes, Pixar Animation Studios created an animated short film that explained the backstory of Plus Ultra, this secret organization.
Oh, my Lanta.
Which was planned to be incorporated into a scene where a young Frank Walker, which is George Clooney, is transported beneath the It's a Small World attraction and through the informative series of displays reminiscent of Disney dark rides. He would understand kind of what this was. So they created this whole thing that would basically like induct him into like the Walt Disney Secret Society.
No, dude. What were they on when they came up with this shit?
I know. But honestly, like when you hear about the stories of Disney, and he's like this, as much as he was in the public, he is this like mysterious figure, especially now. That is true. Like
big chain smoker,
that would be exactly. That would be the first thing I would think of is like, make him the like head of this secret
of the Illuminati.
Thing. Yeah.
You go because I will say
that's what everyone wants to see.
The scene where the kid goes under It's a Small World, that is in the movie.
Yes.
There's just not a creepy.
No, there's no like induction ceremony with Walt Disney being like, "Hello, welcome. We have a rocket."
He has like a triangle over his eye and shit. Like, we have a Nazi rocket. He's smoking. You're like, oh no.
Okay, so principal photography commenced in British Columbia on August 8th, 2013, and also filmed in Vancouver. Film's production designers incorporated the designs of Space Mountain and Spaceship Earth as architectural features of the Tomorrowland cityscape. I don't know if you caught it.
Nope.
Per a suggestion by Brad Bird during production, the Walt Disney Pictures opening production logo features the Tomorrowland skyline instead of the studio's conventional fantasy castle, which I thought was super fun. Yes.
It's like the only Tomorrowland connection I got.
Right. And finally, the visual effects were done by the one and only ILM, who works a lot with Disney on their movies and their theme parks and does a lot of their visual effects. So that's all I have on production. Now, let's talk about the plot.
Well, what's interesting before we get to the boring part of the episode is I think the stuff that was cut from the movie is kind of more interesting than the movie.
Oh, I completely agree. But again, it's the Disney being the production company behind it. Like, that's never going to get greenlit. Like, it's never going to get greenlit.
And you're out of your mind for even wasting money to shoot it. But, like, I respect you for doing it because that's awesome.
Yeah. I wonder if they had the Walt Disney plotline and they played more into it in the trailer, if people would be like, let's go watch it. Like, if they made more money, if they would have made more money.
Dude, if they legitimately, like, in the trailer, you could keep the trailer intact, but there was, like, a 2 or 3 second shot of Walt Disney with, like, the big pyramid behind him, like the Illuminati pyramid, I would run to the theater.
And he's like in shadow, like it's like backlit.
Yeah.
You could tell.
There's just like the cigarette light, and he has like Mickey ears on.
He's holding hands with Mickey.
Yes, exactly. I would be their opening day.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%. I love it. Moving into plot, our favorite part of the episode. We open with a Tomorrowland version of the Disney Castle intro, as I previously mentioned, and a credit that this film is an A113 production. Now, you do
have a barbecue sauce?
A1?
A1, yeah.
No, A113 is a. Are you familiar with this at all?
Maybe. Wait. Okay.
Yes.
Can I say what I think it is?
Absolutely, because you're probably right.
Because A113 is a thing that frequently uses Easter eggs in almost every Marvel project.
Oh. Marvel?
Yeah. It's in Avengers. I believe it's in. I don't know if it's Winter Soldier or Civil War. Yeah, it's in there's Marvel a scene in Avengers where Captain America's jumping on like a bus in the Battle of New York, and it's like A113 right on.
No shit.
It's a big thing, and I believe it's some sort of like office for like Disney animation.
Yes. So you're on the right track. Yes. So essentially. This is why I'm so surprised that it's in Marvel's. I mean, I'm not that surprised because it's Disney technically now, but what was it at the time of Avengers? Was that Disney technically? Like, did they own Marvel at that point? I don't remember.
I don't know.
But anyways, so A113, yes, it was a production office essentially in Cal Arts, which, if you don't know, Cal Arts was a school that Walt Disney himself created for young animators to learn the ways of Disney animation, to then get a job within Walt Disney Animation. And so there was one room where a lot of young animators, especially that are big directors now, including the likes of John Lasseter, who did Toy Story, who basically started Pixar, Brad Bird, who's this guy, and then Tim Burton was in there. They were all part of the same class. Like they all were doing films together. They were part of the same, like, couple years there. So A113 famously, I'm surprised that it shows up in Marvel, but famously shows up in every Pixar film. So that's like a big thing in Pixar. I don't know as much about Disney because it's the guys that basically worked in that room a lot and eventually made it like a little Easter egg. They all left Disney. Tim Burton did his thing and left, and then Brad Bird did his thing and left, and then Lasseter, he has other issues, but he left. Yes, so A113 production, I was blown away that was like a thing, because I don't even think it's technically a real production company, because like I tried looking into it, and it only said that like this was like one of the only movies it was credited with. So I was like, I think it's like a Brad Bird thing, because he was one of the like the OG like founding members of that like little Easter egg. But it's weird that like this production company doesn't show up ever again.
Well, maybe they just got into the barbecue business.
Yeah.
They just fully pivoted.
A113 barbecue sauce. So
also, what could explain the A113 Avengers Easter egg is, I know Disney, the first Marvel movie they ended up actually producing was The Avengers.
Oh, okay, there you go. I wonder if they show up from that
I'm sure like some of the visual effects people, the CGI people, maybe could have come from that same area of A113.
That's cool,
and just really
I
like
didn't
the
know
barbecue
that
sauce.
Yeah, exactly. They're big barbecue people over there.
It's in Marvel stuff.
So yes, we truly open with Frank, who is played by George Clooney, filming himself talk about future and how scary it is, and we cut to his retelling of his childhood.
I have a question.
Yes.
I know we just started. I already have a question.
1,000%.
Is this the only Disney area movie? Like, I know like Jungle Cruise
I was going to say,
exist.
Haunted Mansion and all of that.
Yeah, but this is like just a park.
Right. So you have Tomorrowland, you have Main Street, you have Adventureland.
Animal Kingdom.
Sure. Thinking of
my favorite Disney movie.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the lands of Magic Kingdom, or like Disneyland specifically. So
sure.
So you have Tomorrowland, you have Fantasyland, you have Frontierland, Adventureland, New Orleans Square, Liberty Square. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Only area movie.
Yeah,
right?
I think so, and probably they probably didn't ever do it again because of that. Yeah. But like, yeah, they definitely started with the attractions, and I wonder because of how well Pirates did, and then I guess you could argue Haunted Mansion because now it's like a bigger thing with people. I don't know how well it did in the box office, but like they have some big hits with the attractions specifically. But I'm curious if they were like, oh, well, we could just do a land, because like I would say that of all of them, Tomorrowland is the easy choice of like we should do a movie about this.
Well, you could just do Frontierland and call it Rango.
True.
And it would be dope as hell.
Yeah, well, they're also... Okay, this is like the Disney geek inside of me. There is like real backstory with Frontierland. And like you weave Big Thunder Mountain lore into it. It could be a really good story. So that might be the more obvious choice. But Tomorrowland, like, you got all the different future stuff. Pitch it. Like, we should. I know people. I mean,
they already came up with a story. You do know people.
Let's do
it. Okay. But yeah, I was the movie started. I'm like, oh wait, like not that I didn't like know, but I don't think it ever fully clicked. And I'm like, all the other ones are ride specific.
Yes.
This is the only one that's like the whole park of Tomorrowland is just, this is tomorrow.
Yeah. There it is.
And I'm like, oh, why is this the only one? And then you told me the box office. I'm like, now it makes sense.
Made no money. It lost a lot of money, actually.
It lost a lot. And I don't think the ride ones have been doing great either. I know like the most recent Haunted Mansion didn't do very well.
No.
Jungle Cruise was a weird one because it was during COVID, so it was like a same-day Disney Plus release.
Yes.
So it also didn't do well, but there's like there's a mark next to it.
I saw that at a drive-in.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Well, because it was COVID. I was like, let's go to the movie theater to see this big epic Jungle Cruise movie. But yeah, and you know what? If we didn't get Jungle Cruise, then we wouldn't have the Smashing Machine, because Emily Blunt and freaking Dwayne Johnson returning for the greatest movie of the year, Smashing Machine. Never seen it. I never saw it either.
Awesome. We love it though.
It's a great movie.
But yeah, I had that thought where I'm like, oh, Tomorrowland's the only area one.
Right.
I'm like, well, this didn't do well, and the rides one don't do well, and it's such an odd like formula that even with the success of like Pirates, could you make the argument that it doesn't work?
The Pirates movie?
No. I mean, like, the idea of taking rides and turning them into feature films.
It depends on the attraction and also the, like, fan lore behind it. Because there's that weird line that you have to toe of, like, there is a lot of backstory, whether the Imagineers came up with it or, like, the fan theories came up with it for, like, Haunted Mansion and Pirates, like the classic Disney rides. And same with Jungle Cruise, which is why I think they're only dipping into those classic ones for now. Because there is that, like, lore and backstory. There's a lot of characters in place. Like, you could do a lot of things.
That's fair.
But then how do you, like, please that audience with a feature-length film? Like, there's decades of this backstory, and it's really intricate. And, like, a lot of it is just, like, it lives in the atmosphere of this physical place that you can go to. How do you then capture that in a decent film?
It's tough.
I don't know. And my thing is, like, right, with Pirates, I think we've spoken about this on Greenlit before, but the Pirates ride was first, and there was no like IP, there were no like real characters, there were no names. There was a lot like, hey, the ride's great, but you can create basically any pirate story you want and call it Pirates of the Caribbean. Call it a day. And that's exactly what they did. They had Jack Sparrow, they introduced him, they introduced the Black Pearl, they introduced all this stuff. And then it was so successful, I think, because you weren't trying to appease this massive audience of this backstory, that yes, then they did update the ride to match the film. So then you kind of have that synergy of like, hey, it's a great movie, it's a great ride, it's all together. And it's like, but it's still like sprinkled. Like you have Jack Sparrow, but he's not everywhere. Like it's not his adventure. Most of it is, because you just went on it. Like most of it is random pirates and these random vignettes that are super fun. And they do have those vignettes in the movie, but it takes a backseat to the like main plot that's going on. With something like Haunted Mansion where you have all these like specific characters, I don't know if you could do that as well. Because you have the gags, but like a lot of that is the story. And it just doesn't really work that well. I don't know.
It's tough because, like, okay, I don't remember a lot about the original Haunted Mansion. And I've seen it somewhat recently, so I feel like that probably says a lot about how I felt about it. But I watched the new Haunted Mansion 3 times in theaters. Yeah. Which is ridiculous.
It's so insane.
But it was like, we did it as a bit. I went to go see it 3 times. It's a long story. But at least with that movie, I feel like they kind of took the Pirates approach. Okay, you have these little sprinkles of the ride in the movie.
Right.
Like, okay, you need the girl with the head in the ball, right? That has to happen. Yeah. What is it? Hatbox Ghost has to make an appearance. Yeah, so even like Pirates, you have like the guys behind the jail and the dog with the keys. Hey, we'll throw that in the movie.
Yeah.
That's
a 2-second bit.
It's a 2-second one. So like, it's so bizarre because if they theoretically they took the same approach, right? Okay, we're going to do our own kind of story, but we have the land established, like the location.
Right.
But all the characters are going to be new. The story's going to be new. And we're going to incorporate little elements of the ride to kind of make it feel like synergy.
Yeah, exactly.
In Pirates, it worked.
Yeah, because the story is good.
Because the story is good. Are we thinking Haunted Mansion didn't work just because the initial story that they came up with for the movie just wasn't strong?
I think so. Because
you do?
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, it's if you have a good story, the movie's gonna be good, right? And you can still get those bits in and the things that are gonna like please the audience without making that the main story. And obviously, if you make that the main story, it's never gonna work. So you have to then figure out a way to make a really good story with characters that aren't annoying. and also, if you make a bad story, all you're going to be thinking about is, okay, when is the next like cool bit from the ride that I love going to show up?
From the ride.
I think that's the biggest problem. Is like if your story's not captivating, like Jungle Cruise or like Haunted Mansion or something like that, then all you're thinking about is the ride that you love and the little things that you're waiting for. That when that happens, you're like, oh, it's awesome. But then the overall story, you're like, what was that? These characters weren't good. You have to make a story that expands the lore and the universe of the ride. Again, prime example is Pirates because they literally added the original characters from the movie to the ride. So if they did that with Mansion and they like created really cool original characters, Or like if they do, like there was rumors that there was going to be a Big Thunder Mountain movie, which again, like there's so much backstory there and that could be really cool. If you make really cool original characters and a good story and you weave in the kind of elements that are known amongst parks fans, they might add those characters into the ride. Like you have to make something that like satisfies what already exists and then adds to that lore and make it
has
good.
To stand on its own.
Yeah, it has to stand on its own.
Big Thunder Mountain movie could be fun, but what's the what did I call it? Madripoor?
Oh, the Matterhorn bobsled. Yeah. That was also rumored to be a movie.
That needs to happen immediately.
Yes.
Because they would make a Yeti popcorn tin, and I would so get
1,000%.
And I got the little Yeti sipper when we went to Disney, and I'd bring it to the movie like a little nerd. I'd be like, fill this up with icy, please.
Hell yeah.
And I'd be so excited.
But yeah, so like with those two movies, you have these elements. You have like the goat at Big Thunder Mountain. You have like the bats and everything, and you have the Yeti at and he has a name. It's Harold. Yeah. So it's like if you satisfy that, you create new characters that could even be incorporated into the ride. I think and it's a good story. That's how you make a good film for the rides. So it's hard. It's very hard.
That's why I'm like, when I say like I felt bad that Tomorrowland kind of bombed. One, I feel bad because like the crew behind it is just they've done good stuff. Right. And and it's just with every movie, I'm sure obviously a lot of like love and time and money went into this. Like I feel bad. But the inherent idea of adapting a ride to a movie, I already feel like it's difficult.
Yes.
And you could argue it's only been done correctly once.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, this is the first time they're adapting a land into a movie.
Right.
So you could argue there's way more or way less to work with.
Right.
So it's way harder. So I'm like, it's so ambitious of whoever came up with, hey, like, let's take this entire Disneyland, make it into a movie, but like we'll genuinely get these really talented, creative people to come in and do our best to transform this into a place that you would want to go visit. And hey, it already exists. But then this happened.
No, and as you're saying that, I'm thinking the thing that pissed me off, I think the most about this movie is that because you're saying, right, like you're doing a thing based on a whole land and you have so much to work with, you can either try and hit all of the things in the land, or you do none of it. And you focus on a brand new thing, which is what they did. The thing that pissed me off the most about this, they almost touched on, like, you have Space Mountain architecture in the background a little bit. They have a song from one of the, which we'll get to in a second. They have a song from one of the rides that's in the beginning. But the only actual ride that they show is It's a Small World, which is in Fantasyland.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's true.
Like, why couldn't, like, Space Mountain be the ride that they ride to get to to the secret society, whatever, Tomorrowland? It's so annoying.
I will say, I was genuinely surprised, because I knew nothing about this movie, that besides some architecture in the background that I didn't even catch, there was no connection.
No Tomorrowland connection. I'm so sad.
And I feel like the whole inherent pitch of this movie, especially from like a producing standpoint, not like a story perspective, is, hey, we can make this very fun movie and be like, hey, you want to go visit the actual place? We have it.
Yeah, and you have so much to work with. Like, there's so much to work with. Again, even it's little Easter eggs that are like just for fans, but they didn't even do that.
I'm like, the fact that Space Mountain didn't even get a name drop.
So sad.
Like, blew my mind.
So sad.
And not that it like needs it to be like a good film, obviously.
But there's history there, and
if you're adapting Tomorrowland, there's all this history and all this lore. Like, it just feels weird to be like, nah. Yeah.
Maybe they're saving it for a Space Mountain movie.
Oh, which is coming. QuaywoodProductions.com.
Let's go.
Teaser just dropped, bro.
Quaywood Productions X Disney Walt Disney feature animation.
Dude, it's gonna happen. You're gonna go see it. It's gonna start with the little Disney castle. Yeah. Then it's gonna go to the little Quaywood Productions tree. Then it's gonna go A113. A bunch of barbecue sauce is gonna pour on the screen because that's their opening. Right. And then it's going to be like the greatest fucking Space Mountain, dude. It's going to be the greatest movie you've ever seen. We're going to have a popcorn bucket,
dude,
of the actual ride, and you can open it.
And then it'll be a Quaywood Production key sipper.
Oh, that'd be sick. You could drink out of the freaking key, dude.
Wait, okay, here's what I'm thinking. You have the Quaywood Productions key, And then it
As a
goes
sipper.
into, well, yes, but for the animated intro, we do a special one for this movie.
Okay.
We start with the key, and then the key starts moving, and it's like kind of flying through space, and then it lands in a door, and it unlocks the door, and the door opens, and you zoom out, and the door that it opened was the castle.
Dude, that's
Sold.
it. That we're sold. Let's pitch it to what's the new CEO's
Josh Tomorrow,
name?
let's go.
The asshole cut me in front of the line to buy a popcorn.
You have to bleep that because you can't hear him talk about him like this, or else he won't greenlight this movie.
No, he knew what he did.
I know.
He cut me.
Yes. Okay, let's get back to plot because we have some things to talk about here. So
Okay, fair enough.
the beginning was my favorite part because Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow plays when young Frank goes to the 1964 World's Fair and showcases his homemade jetpack. Now, Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow is an original song that was done by the Sherman Brothers, who worked very closely with Disney. They did all the music for Mary Poppins. They've done a lot of stuff. And they did the music for this ride called Carousel of Progress, which we didn't get to do in Disneyland because it no longer, I don't know if it ever existed there, but it exists in Disney World. Now, Carousel of Progress was one of the 4 attractions that was featured at the 1964 World's Fair, where he is at in this movie, which is where like Walt Disney introduced that among a few others. So this is also where It's a Small World debuted, which is kind of how we get to where we're getting. I want to also mention, before I get to the other attractions that Disney showcased at this World's Fair, when we were at Disneyland, we were standing in line. Of course I was. How could I ever forget this? We were standing in line, and there was this older gentleman that was in front of us, and we were got to talking. He started talking to us, and he supposedly, I think he was old enough for this to be true.
No, I believe him. He was like ancient.
Yes. He was at the 1964 World's Fair and was at the debut of It's a Small World. And now he's here at Disneyland on the 70th anniversary riding It's a Small World. He said it's like one of his favorite attractions. He had his camcorder. He was filming the whole thing. It made my heart melt. I was so giddy. And I was like, I'm going to be like you when I'm older, man. I wish I could have been there for the 1964 World's Fair. It was great. He was so excited. He wanted like the front row. He wanted a row to himself. He was doing his thing.
And he got it. They respected him. I'm sure he's there pretty often. But yes, he was at the 1964. So when I was watching this film, all of the people that were in line for It's a Small World in the scene, I was like, it was one of those guys. And we talked to him the other day. Okay. So when this hit, it said 64 World Fair. And me and Nicole watched it together, and we went to Disney with you guys. And when we met the cutest old man you've ever met in your entire life, he had like the Disney ears on and shit. He's like, oh, I was there. So we were watching the movie, and all of a sudden they go to It's a Small World, and we turned to each other like, holy shit. We know we know the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And now, here's my theory. I think we met George Clooney.
Whoa.
I
You think that was him?
We met someone who was there, and he's super old, so he had to have been a kid.
Yeah.
He cannot have been an adult that was there.
He has the pin.
He has the pin, dude. I think we met George Clooney, but like older George Clooney.
Right.
And it's like a time travel thing.
I think so.
Tomorrowland, sure.
Of course. Sure.
And he recorded on like he had like an old camcorder when he recorded it on our ride. I'm like, where'd you get that camcorder? 64.
Shoot.
64. I know.
64 when camcorders were around.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
Handheld,
Perfect.
easy Sony camcorders. Just put an SD card in it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's all digital.
But I think we met George Clooney. That's all I'm saying.
I think you might be right.
It was pretty cool when it cut to the World Fair. I'm like, we literally just met someone.
I know. That's why I wanted to do this
like,
episode now, is because it's so fresh on the mind. We had this cool experience at It's a Small World.
We did.
I didn't even remember the It's a Small World moment from this movie. Again, like none of this came back to me. There was like one scene. But that was super cool. So yes, the 1964 World's Fair was where It's a Small World debuted, along with Ford's Magic Skyway, which is a ride that ended up in, or I don't even know if it ended up in Disneyland or not, but the animatronics from this 1964 World's Fair can still be seen on the railroad at Disneyland, which we did not get a chance to do.
Oh, that's cool.
But they're still there. And it was an early system for the People Mover, which I was telling you guys about, how that was the one that they changed into the really fast one, and then they had to just like abandon it essentially in Disneyland.
Yeah, 'cause it was too fast.
And it still exists in Florida, but yeah, so early design for that. Carousel of Progress, which is the one with Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. So you'll see that when you're here.
Mm-hmm.
And Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, which is the show that now in Disneyland, the original show is still there, and they now rotate with the Walt Disney animatronic. So it's in that theater.
It's a big thing.
So Maddie and I saw it, and that was also debuted. It was like the first big audio animatronic at like people really thought Lincoln was there. It's like one of those like back in the day when that train movie came out and the train was heading towards the screen and all the people thought the train was going to come. Yeah, so people thought like that was actually Abe Lincoln. They were, how'd they do this? So that's very early cool. Audio animatronics. So those 4 rides, those 4 attractions were at the World's Fair, and then they picked them up, they moved them to Disneyland, and then they duplicated some of them for Disney World, which is pretty cool.
Can I tell you something really sad?
Yes.
Because your connection to the World's Fair is through Disney.
Okay.
And the only reason I know what the World's Fair is because Anthony Stark was there in Iron Man 2.
That's right. Yeah. And when I saw Iron Man 2, I was like, that's where Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln was.
It's a small world.
Yeah. So I like somewhere lurking around there is Mr. Stark.
Exactly.
And he probably rode. He probably went down. He probably went down into the scene.
He probably did.
Wait a minute. It's all connected.
Tomorrowland's in the MCU, dog.
It has to be.
Well, that's why George Clooney hasn't been in the MCU yet, because he already is.
That's so true.
It is. It's just fact. It's objective facts.
Yes.
But I do. Every time I see the World's Fair, and including when I was watching this one, it came on and the whole scene happened. I'm like, oh, it's a small world. We met the guy, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then like 20 minutes later, I was like, fuck, I really want to watch Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Like, I'd much rather be watching that.
Yeah, 20 minutes after this is absolutely where I was like, I could watch anything else.
Anything. So I was like, why is Iron Man 2 not on maybe at the same time?
Right. Yeah, like a picture-in-picture.
Yeah, I feel like I'd have retained the same amount of information.
Right. So Frank fails to impress the judges with his homemade jetpack. But Athena...
It doesn't work.
Exactly. Athena, a young girl his age, believes in his enthusiasm and hands him a pin with a T on it and says that she is the future. Now, this is where it starts to get a little weird. Yeah. She tells him to follow her and her dad, who is the judge, to It's a Small World, this attraction that Walt Disney created and all this stuff, where his T-pin gets scanned by the ride, and his boat, that he's on by himself, by the way, plummets down into the darkness, where he finds this liminal space of sorts, where
it's so bizarre.
He enters a single subway car, and it teleports him to Tomorrowland. Now, this is at the point in my notes where I was like, did Walt Disney create this? Did he at least have access to this? Because theoretically, this secret society, right, in the context of this movie, created this within this attraction that was already being built by the Walt Disney's team. True. So they had to have some sort of hand in it.
He knew.
He had to have known. He had to have access to this, or else where would the Disney? Because remember, in the context of this is this is 1964 World's Fair. Disneyland opened in 1955. This is interesting because I was gonna say he would have created Tomorrowland if he had been there already. But now I'm curious if he created it and then he was just like, oh my god, like all of my dreams for this thing that I created in the theme parks came true. Or maybe he's been a part of it the whole time. I don't know.
No, it's got to be the other way around.
Yeah.
It's got to be like Tomorrowland's a real place. He visited it.
When he was younger. When he got recruited because he's like a genius mind.
Maybe it was like maybe he doesn't remember it being a real place. It's like a subconscious like Rango effect.
Okay.
Like he then went to go make the theme park. He's like, I have this great idea for Tomorrowland. We'll do blah, 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 Nazi rocket, all this stuff.
Right.
And then like it turns out, no, it was real and he doesn't remember.
Oh, yeah. I think it had to be that.
It must be. And that's why like they froze his head because like what else does he know?
Well, right. Exactly. They need all the information. And Josh Tomorrow's going to find out when he takes over.
Yeah. He gets a little secret pamphlet of like, this little manila envelope they hand him. Like, here's all the secrets.
It's like the president and like aliens, right? Like they have like all the information and like they just get slid like a manila envelope and they're just like, here you go. Here's all the secrets. Yeah.
Here's what's really going on.
This is all the secrets for Walt Disney.
Can I be honest? If I became Disney CEO tomorrow, I think the first thing I would do would be like, all right, what's the plot of Doomsday? Just tell me.
Well, I mean, you would have to be in there every single day, right? Like giving creative approval. Because at the end of the day, like they still need buy-off from the CEO.
That is true.
So, just saying.
They'd be like, can we get Wolverine? I'm like, absolutely.
Not only would they tell you the plot, they would be like, you have to approve this.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I could just go to set. I don't have to ask.
No.
Like, I own this set.
It would be an honor.
That's true. Yeah,
this is why I'm working up to be the CEO of Disney.
What if we just cancel all our plans and try to become the next CEO of Disney?
Perfect. Let's do it.
I think we could do it.
Neither of us are working at Disney, right?
No, but we could pitch them the little intro you came up with.
Yeah,
with the key in the door.
The door. Yeah.
But that's so brilliant. Here, have my spot. I just got it.
Yeah. He's been working literally for like 40 years for this.
Yeah, and he's like been CEO for a week. He's like, here you go. I'm like, you perfect. Cut me in line. You owe me.
Yeah. You owe me the company.
Yeah, I don't want your popcorn tin. I want the company. I got one. I'm fine.
It's amazing. Okay. Okay, we have 10 minutes. Should we do a new one or should we just let's ride it out until
it's up to you.
Let's ride it. Let's ride it.
Let's ride it.
Okay, so Frank sees Athena and her father flying in a spaceship, and he doesn't make it in time to wave them down. Instead, he runs into a robot who fixes his jetpack, and he uses it to escape from some like guards or someone. They're like, there he is. So it sounds like they've been like tracking him, but it's very confusing. But yes, he escapes with his new jetpack in Tomorrowland. He's very overwhelmed by everything that's going on. And he
as was I.
perfectly lands next to Athena and her dad, conveniently for the plot, and tells them
to impress her, of course.
Exactly. He tells them that the jetpack now works because it was fixed. And old Frank, that's what I'm calling him now, old Frank, George Clooney, cuts off the video and says that this is where things took a turn for the worse. So she, Athena explains to him that like this is like the future and like they recruit like young minds that are like genius and like to help shape the future. And then George Clooney is like, and then my life went to shit. We're like, what? That's crazy. And so
also, I have to warn you.
Yes.
I can't be of much help for this.
I was going to say, is this part where you fell asleep?
No, that's later. But as you know, I now watch these movies. I'm like, no, I'm going to pay attention. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to be prepared. And I sat on my couch, turned off the lights, had my little notepad, did the whole thing. And as I was watching it, I thought to myself, I am retaining none of this.
That's fair.
It just was in one ear out the other. It was
a
nothing.
Very forgettable middle of the movie.
Even when you're watching it.
If I had to talk about this without notes.
Oh, dude, it'd be impossible.
Even if I watched it 5 minutes before this.
Oh, I could be like George Clooney and the Eiffel Tower split open and there was
George Clooney splits open with it.
George Clooney, he splits open with it. There's a robot girl and there's a Nazi rocket and that's the end.
And then there's an old teenage girl who also is playing like 30 or 50, 40.
Yeah.
We don't really know. It's definitely the same actor, but we have no idea.
It's fine. It's fine.
Very confusing. So yes, Casey, which is the girl I just was talking about, the girl who's helping him film, jumps in and adds the context of her story to this video log, which essentially is the rest of the movie. So this is the part where I kind of started to remember what was going on from my childhood. So we see her story from the perspective of her as a teen, where she sabotages the destruction of a NASA launch platform to save her dad's job. He works at NASA. So Athena, who at this point, we don't know her deal, but she's seemingly 11 years old forever. Puts a T-pin in Casey's helmet, and she only finds it after she is arrested and released on bail. This is the scene that I remembered so vividly. So she's in like the area where she gets all of her stuff, and she like touches the pin, and she's in Tomorrowland.
Yes.
And then she stops touching it. She's back in this like correctional facility or whatever. She touches it again. Like she's in Tomorrowland.
Weirdly, how she moves in Tomorrowland is also how she's moving in like the normal world.
Correct.
Which then they just kind of drop.
Which they drop, but they also do explain.
They do. They explain it. But I'm like, that's a weird rule.
Because it's supposed to be, it was like a promotional like thing for tomorrow, like for like what they were gonna do with the future.
Sure.
It's very like interesting technology, but then they never like built it or something like that and get the funding, or people started dropping out, something like that. I don't even remember.
It was almost like, also you just said that, I'm like, I have no memory of that happening in the movie.
Yeah.
But it was almost like it's like they made that rule and they made their own like movie more complicated.
Yeah.
Like if you just got rid of that, it makes this way easier.
Oh yeah, 100%
to write.
Yeah, because she like starts walking and then she runs into the door in like real life, like in this correctional facility, wherever she is. But then like later in the movie, those rules just don't apply.
It just doesn't happen anymore.
It's very interesting. So yeah, she goes
like,
back.
Just don't have that rule in the movie and you're fine.
Yeah, it's insane. So she goes back to reality and she realizes she's the only one that can use this pin to see Tomorrowland. I think it's like specifically designed for her.
Sure.
So she tries to get to the main city of Tomorrowland in the real world, then touches the pin to explore the inner workings of this place. Again, like not really, it doesn't really matter anymore.
No, it doesn't. They fully quit.
And she explores and explores and explores until time just fully runs out on the pin. And she finds the same pin on eBay because she's like, all right, mine right now, mine's dead. I got to get a new one. And she goes to the address that's on the seller's website because the address isn't on eBay.
Yeah, which I'm speechless. I don't like it.
Yes.
It's just so, like, you're explaining it. I'm like, what is going on? And why does it not interest me at all?
Well, when we were talking about the stars of this movie, the scene that we're about to come up on, I had no idea that these people were in this movie. Not even a little bit. I didn't
either.
And I forgot until right now. So
it freaked me out.
She pulls up to this like store, and the two people that are running the store are Catherine Hahn and Keegan-Michael Key.
Which is insane.
Insane. Also insane the characters that they play. So they trap Casey and point these blasters at her, trying to find out the location of Athena, even though Casey doesn't truly know where she is. And so at the last minute, Athena comes in, saves the day, saves Casey, who finds out that the two were actually audio animatronics.
Sure.
So the robots that you see in Disney every day, right? They somehow figured out how to make ones that were completely autonomous, and they made them look like Catherine Hahn and Keegan-Michael Key.
I like the idea that also
and they're
those
villains.
two are like celebrities in this world.
Yeah. 1,000%.
Catherine Hahn is Catherine Hahn. Like, Catherine Hahn exists.
Right.
And they just made animatronics.
And then they made her evil. They were like, who are the two people that we could make evil robots?
That's
those
like
two.
Believable.
Yeah.
Like, why those two?
It's Agatha and then just Toad, the voice of Toad in the Super Mario.
Sure.
Yeah, those are the two villains.
Did they like owe someone a favor?
Right.
Or was this like a blackmail thing?
I don't know.
Like, hey, we're gonna put you in Tomorrowland, and if you say no, we're gonna like leak these photos or something. Like, that's the only explanation.
Right. I have no idea, to be completely honest.
Also, did you catch who put Athena?
No, I mean, I don't know what other roles she's been in.
Dude, it was distracting me the whole movie.
Really?
Because I'm like, I know this girl, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember her being
familiar.
this young.
Was she,
Let's see if you got
Narnia?
No.
Okay. She feels like a Narnia girl.
She would totally fit in those movies, though. So I finally looked it up in the middle of the movie because I was like, it's bothering me so much. I gotta know. And sure enough, she is one of the daughters of Adrian Brody in The Brutalist.
She's the actress in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that means she went from like a little kid in Tomorrowland to The Brutalist.
Yeah, that's insane.
And that's why the whole movie, I'm like, why was I getting so pulled out by her?
Right.
I'm like, oh, because I know you from the fucking Brutalist.
Yeah, that is interesting though, because she is a kid, so it's not like she would look similar.
No, but she like looks similar enough
that you would notice. But like, that's interesting.
Like, something not like something's off here, but like I know you, but I can't place why.
Right.
But it was like it was the weirdest. It's almost like if you just watched like Frankenstein with Oscar Isaac, and then you put on Star Wars, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
Yeah.
Where's the weirdest juxtaposition ever?
After getting hit by a truck,
what a start to the sentence.
Town Casey, Athena tells her that she too is an animatronic that was sent out to find those that share the same ideals as Tomorrowland. So the little girl is 11 forever because she is a robot.
She's a robot. It's awesome.
Yes. A Secret Service agent who is clearly an animatronic shows up at the store that got destroyed. the Catherine Hahn, Keegan-Michael Key store, and evaporates multiple police officers. They like just straight up, their blasters just
murders them.
Yeah, not even murders. Like they are gone. They are eviscerated off the face of the earth.
There's nothing to bury.
There's not even like
there's
dust.
Nothing.
Like there's not like ashes. There's nothing. They are gone forever.
Vanished.
Like this poor guy, probably a family. Multiple people get killed in this. Like just outright eviscerated.
It's brutal.
So then he also calls in some other villain saying that they found the girl, that being Athena. And Athena drops Casey off at Frank's house, who is now a bitter old man. This is in the context of the story, so they don't know each other yet. And he tells her that the pin is a pipe dream and was an ad that was recorded years ago. So I think George Clooney's character Frank realizes this when he was, when he was younger. He thinks that like this whole Tomorrowland is real, and then he realizes immediately that no, it's just an ad. None of this is real, and this young, inventor kid is just that, a young inventor kid with no real future because Tomorrowland fucked up his childhood. And now he has to probably go to a therapist forever.
Why is this movie so like
it's brutal,
anti-Disney, anti-Tomorrowland?
It's very like alt.
It is.
Yeah.
Think of the fact that like Tomorrowland just fucked this kid for life, and he's the most like cynical bastard you've ever seen.
Right.
It's like what's that? That's a book I hate. It's like a famous book. Is it Catcher in the Rye?
Sure.
The kid that went to boarding school and he's just like the most cynical, miserable kid.
I don't know. I haven't read Catcher. I don't know.
I know it's like there's like a famous thing like you can't like Great Gatsby and Catcher in the Rye. It's one or the other.
Oh really?
I really like Great Gatsby. I fucking hate Catcher in the Rye.
Okay.
It's so miserable.
Are they just two very different books, or
I don't know. It's just like this weird thing that like people. It's almost like a Mandela effect.
Okay.
Where it's just like over time, people have noticed if you like one, you just inherently don't like the other for some reason.
Okay.
I'm sure there's outliers.
I mean, I really like Great Gatsby,
cliche.
so I might not even check out.
You probably fucking hate it. But it's like that. Like, if you were someone like me that when you read Catcher in the Rye, it's just so miserable. Mm-hmm. You're like, this kid won't stop complaining about everything. This is so hard to get through. It's such a chore. Mm-hmm. That's just George Clooney in this movie.
Yes.
Like every fucking sentence out of this guy's mouth.
He is so miserable.
So miserable.
It's because this it's commentary on our life, right? Marketing. You think
maybe you would like Catcher in the Rye,
maybe.
Dude.
like marketing, they put this really grand idea in your head and you get to it and it's just not what you expected it to be. You're constantly disappointed by this. And this is his character, right? The promise of Tomorrowland is so great. And then he realizes it's all a sham. But you know what's not a sham? The real Tomorrowland in Disneyland.
You can go right now.
Exactly. And the ads don't even do it justice. It's better.
Okay, take it easy. Space Mountain. Like, I don't inherently mind the idea of a character who is just like extremely cynical, been broken down by life, and like he's at that point. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like in this movie, I think it's also because it's like a Disney fun movie. Mm-hmm. It's like comically over the top.
Yes.
Where it's just like, this is a cartoon. Like,
it's so insane.
No one would actually be this fucking miserable all the time, every sentence.
Yeah.
So to watch it, you're like, oh, this is bad.
And because like a lot of it does take place in the real world, I think that also
a lot of it
is part of it for me is like you have this cynical character, you have a very and they make sure, and again, God bless the DP, he does great work and he did his job on this film.
It looks great.
Yes, but the problem with him doing such a good job is that when you are in the real world, the lighting is miserable. Like you feel that this world is miserable because that's the whole point. These characters don't like the world they're living in. They want to go to this futuristic, happy, exciting place. It's super optimistic when they are there. It's very nice lighting. It's very warm. But then when you're in the real world, which is like a lot of the movie, it's almost like the Hook effect, where it's like the first half of the movie they're not in Neverland, and you're like, this sucks. Like it's just like the real world, and it's like lame as hell. And like all you want is to go to the place that you're promised from the marketing of this movie. And then you go there and you're like, hey, this is great. Like these moments are fine. Like this is good. Just, at least the visuals, the writing, whatever. But it's that sort of thing where it's like, I can't say that I love Hook as a full movie because the good part is not the whole thing. Like the moments
also,
where
like,
you're in Neverland, like it's tough.
The two weird things, especially comparing it to Hook, is in Hook we spend more time in Neverland than we do in this movie in Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
I feel like in this movie we're barely in Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
It doesn't really fit the title at all.
Right. Like they don't explore the intricacies of Tomorrowland like I wish they would have.
No, they're barely in it.
Yeah.
And when they're in it, it's very quick. Like they very quickly go back to the real world.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I want to learn about like what do the people at like the local market buy? Like what is like the day-to-day life in Tomorrowland look like? But because it's like this big sham, you're like, oh fuck. All right.
Big corporate sham.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be interesting, which it sucks. Like that sucks.
I know. Cause like it's all those little details that always make like a new world so fascinating.
Yeah, the world building.
Or like I know we talked a lot about Marvel and Star Wars, but like that's why those work.
1,000%. Like Lord of the Rings. Like you have the world building of it. You want to live there. I don't want to live in this Tomorrowland.
No, it's a corporate sham. Yeah. And everyone's fucking miserable the whole time.
Awful.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
And then the weirdest part about it is you have two like conflicting things that don't go together, but are somehow both in this movie. Mm-hmm. And they literally like they're in conflict with each other the whole time because you're right. When you're in the normal world, the lighting is miserable and gray and blue. And you want it to kind of be like, this sucks. Tomorrowland is the fun, exciting, bright, vibrant place to be. Mm-hmm. The only problem with that is your main character. If you're saying the teenage girl is the main character, not George Clooney, which I think you could make the argument.
Yeah, you spend way more time with her backstory.
Yeah, George Clooney's more like the supporting, like Jack Sparrow role almost. She's like your lead. So you have a lead character who is the perfect candidate for Tomorrowland because she is so optimistic and loves the world. But when you were visually showing us a world that is miserable and gray, it's not that I don't believe her, but I'm like, well, which one is it?
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me that I should be like her and optimistic and love the world? That's why she's a perfect candidate. Or are you trying to tell me, no, this one's boring. Tomorrowland is where it's at. Right. And you should go to Disneyland Resort today. Yeah. And go visit.
This is just Brad Bird trying to get us to ride Incredicoaster.
He definitely, you know what? We did. And it was awesome. Great. I'll do it again.
Same director. Listen, same director, same composer. Just saying. This was them trying to go get us to ride the ride.
And we went.
We loved it. Better than this movie. Space Mountain.
Do you know what I mean? There's two conflicting things that I'm like, well, like which one is it? Like,
100%.
It's not fully thought out of how do we approach the real world and Tomorrowland and what are we trying to say with Tomorrowland?
Exactly.
Which may be like that's on me. Like this is gonna sound so pretentious, but like I just said, what is the movie trying to say? And I'm like, well, it's a Disney movie based on an area of a theme park.
It's not really trying to say much. Yeah, I mean, it's just like the vague thing of like, let's be optimistic about the future, which is what Tomorrowland is supposed to be. So it's like, I guess that, but I don't know. Does it stick the landing? Maybe. Yeah, I got a little more optimistic about the future after this movie, but not by a lot.
I got more optimistic about the future, but it was the weird like juxtaposition of, well, this character isn't optimistic about the future. She's optimistic about current present day Earth. Right. Not like in 2020, like 2250, it's going to be awesome. She's like, no, I love being alive now. Which I think is actually could have been like a beautiful message of like, hey, the tomorrow's great, but like live in the now, make the most out of it. But at the same time, they're like, go visit Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
So it's like you're trying to do both, but it just fails because you can't do both.
Yeah, it doesn't stick the landing, which is unfortunate. No. Anyways, back to plot. So Casey sees that Frank has a device that is predicting the imminent end of the world, and finds out that he was banned from Tomorrowland because he's just a stick up the ass. I don't know.
He's probably not the only one.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Well, it sounds like they just shut down Tomorrowland. I don't know. It's very weird.
Well, that too. I meant like in real life, there's someone in the theater watching this. I'm banned too.
Yeah. So when robotic assassins, the villain guy, arrives to eliminate them, just evaporate them from the face of the earth, Frank finally reluctantly joins Casey and Athena, and using a teleportation device, they travel to Paris, because that's the only way to get to Paris, as we found out in Looney Tunes Back in Action. You either have to pull a page like Bugs Bunny, or you use a teleportation device. There's no other way to get to Paris.
There's no other way.
And
I don't know what's going on with Paris, but you cannot get there.
You cannot get there by any other means.
No.
And they launched this old rocket hidden beneath the Eiffel Tower. This is where we learned about Walt Disney's secret society.
Also, I have a question.
Yes, I knew you were going to have commentary about this, but yes, I love it.
Is this the Nazi rocket, yes or no?
No. Well,
No.
Well, I mean, in the movie, sure, but not in the one in the parks that we saw.
Well, no, not like the actual one. It didn't look like the actual Nazi rocket.
Well, that's exactly what I thought when I first saw the movie. I was like, is this the rocket that's in the park that they're trying to like use and replicate? Turns out, I don't think it is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I remember when the scene hit, I'm like, oh my God, are you telling me this movie has made almost no references to Tomorrowland, but they referenced the Nazi rocket? That's crazy.
Yes. No, I don't think so, and I think for that exact reason.
Also, in the lore of this movie, is this a rocket donated by the Nazis, like what happened in the real life? And it is in Paris, which if you think back on your World War II history, just saying. So what are the implications here?
I don't know. And also the fact that it was started by Gustav Eiffel. So it's like he was friend. Like it was him, Jules Verne, Nikola Tesla, and Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
So you have some people that would probably protect the ideals of America, but then you're also thinking it's like a Bill Gates, situation where you're like, yeah, they're rich and they say that they're going to do good stuff, but then when you really like look into it, you're like, are they like super villains, like real life super villains?
He was in the Epstein files.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be.
That's what I mean.
So
like, this movie's already saying
there might be
already saying weird things about. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because there's weird stuff about Tomorrowland itself. Turns out there was a bunch of weird stuff about Walt that got cut.
Yeah.
So, and now we know that Tomorrowland does have a secret Nazi rocket, or it used to.
Yep.
It's not there anymore for obvious reasons. And there's a rocket in the movie Tomorrowland in Paris.
Right.
Do I need to connect those dots? You know what I'm saying?
It's true. I will say, though, in the context of the movie, they explain that the four of them created this, and again, in a cut version, Walt Disney, to seek this place free from political and commercial interference. So they did like create this secret society to get away from all of it. But at the same time, it's like, man, what a privileged life where you could just get away from it all. There's something going on here.
There's clearly something going on. This is too good to be true.
Exactly. So yes, they get in this rocket. They crash land in Tomorrowland somehow. And like where Tomorrowland is, I have no idea. Because they like basically teleport, but like where does it actually exist in the real
like on a
world?
map?
Yeah, like how where did they actually build it to then record it? Because if it was like a promotional thing, but if it's actually real, where is it?
Is it?
Exactly.
Where is it?
And how do you do the button thing where I don't know, it's all high tech, smarter people than me. That's why they live there and I live here. So they crash land in Tomorrowland and they are met with Athena's dad and the Tomorrowland police, just ready to evaporate them. So Frank tells Athena's dad that he thinks Casey could fix the world. And just from that sentence alone, Athena's dad is like, all right, I guess we're teaming up now.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So they all go to this machine that Frank made that shows the possible futures that, can happen in the world. And Casey sees that the end of the world is inevitable and it's coming soon. Casey rejects this idea. She's like, you know what? Fuck your pessimistic bullshit.
Dude.
And as soon as she rejects that idea, the machine glitches.
There's more proof this is the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah.
The MCU is in its multiverse saga.
Yeah.
And they just walk into a room where it's the multiverse?
Right. Exactly.
Infinite possibilities.
Sound familiar?
Sound familiar, Kang?
Exactly. So, yes. But yeah, when Casey rejects the idea of the future, the world ending like very soon, this machine glitches, proving that Casey's belief may be the savior that they truly need. And Casey realizes the machine's warnings have become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Humanity, overwhelmed by doom, simply stopped by trying to prevent disaster. This is all.
Did you say overwhelmed
by Dr. Doom? Oh my God! Dr. Doom! So Athena's dad admits he intended the images as a wake-up call, but when the world ignored them, he gave up and decided to let the apocalypse unfold. So this guy's a real piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
So Athena, Frank, and Casey fight back, and Athena sacrifices herself to save Frank. And we cut back this big, emotional moment. And then we cut it all off by the video that was like playing at the beginning of the movie. We find out that this has been a pep talk the whole time, possibly an orientation of sorts of the next gen.
An induction.
Exactly, into the secret society. But for the next gen of Tomorrowland dreamers and engineers. And we end with a montage of multiple talented and smart people getting pins and all ending up in the field of Tomorrowland. And I will say this. I wish we held on that shot for a little bit longer, because you would see them all, rise from like the fields, walk around. They're all like, oh my God, there's other people there. And then boom, they run into whatever wall that they're all existing in real life.
And then like they're like, oh, this doesn't work at all.
Yeah, it's a marketing sham.
It's just a corporate sham built by the Nazis.
But yeah, so we have this very optimistic ending where Athena, Casey, Frank, they all control this, Tomorrowland area, and they potentially use it for good. They recruit all these people, and we hope for a better future, and all is well in the world. And that is Tomorrowland. So let's hear, as the newest member of Walt Disney Secret Society, I want to hear your final thoughts first.
You'll cut that out though, right?
No, maybe.
Dude, please. You're going to blow up my spot, dude.
I'll cut it out.
Okay, this is like, I feel bad because I said it earlier, but even when I was watching this movie, I couldn't retain any of it.
Sure.
It is so bland. It's so forgettable.
Uh-huh.
It is, and it's a shame because it there's so much potential behind it, and it's a good crew. I'll get to cast in a second, but I was saying this in between Zoom takes because we can't afford our premium Zoom. But Tomorrowland is almost like, it's like a saltine.
Okay.
But like there's no salt. Like there's just nothing.
It's
like
just
it's
a
just
dry ass cracker.
It's just teen. It's just T-I-N-E. It's just a teen. Like it's nothing. Like at least with a saltine, there's salt, there's flavor, there's a little seasoning. It's not a lot, but it's something. But it's like if you just ate a teen, you're like, there was technically texture in my mouth, but that was it.
Oh my God.
That's what I thought. Like that's what this movie felt
like. That's like one of the lowest remarks that you could have ever said.
I know, and I feel so bad because
Just
like I wanted to like it. We had such a good experience together. It's a cool crew. It's a cool idea, but it feels like AI didn't exist when this was made, but this feels like AI's first movie.
Yeah.
Like, hey, make a Tomorrowland movie with George Clooney. You have 5 seconds,
right?
And they just churn this out like it was a factory.
Sure, I can do that for you. So Frank Walker.
Exactly. Yeah. It's World's Fair, 1964.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh. So it's not even bad. It's just
it's disappointing.
I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you what I thought about it because I didn't think anything.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing to think about.
I agree.
The only thing that I thought was really interesting was the robot kid, aka Brutalist girl.
Yeah.
I thought she was genuinely really good.
Yeah, she's great.
I thought she did a good job. I thought the teenage girl was fine.
Yeah, I thought she was good.
I do think George Clooney was miscast in this.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I don't think he's bad because there's no way on earth I'm saying George Clooney's a bad actor.
No.
But like for a role like this, I hate to even put this into the world because like it would be silly, but you almost need like a Chris Pratt type.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like Chris Pratt's energy, he can bring like stoicism like in Jurassic World, like the very heroic thing. But like his presence alone can feel very like lightning and fun.
Yeah, sure.
And he has a certain charisma to him.
Yeah.
Where George Clooney's charisma is more of almost like a swagger in a way.
Yeah.
Like he walks in, he's the cool guy in the room. Chris Pratt walks in and he's like, oh, you want to be his friend? Like,
yeah.
He just seems like a cool guy.
Right.
So you have such a cynically written characters, always miserable. But then because it's George Clooney, it's just miserable to watch.
You believe it, but not in a good way.
Yeah, you believe it too much. Where I'm like, under a different actor, these lines could almost be funny instead of miserable. So I think he was miscast, and he was the biggest draw of this movie, so that was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
The movie's bland as hell. It's a teen. It's just a teen. It's a wafer with no flavor.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, George Clooney and the lead girl, not the robot girl, they had like no chemistry at all.
Not even a little bit.
No. But bizarrely, he had chemistry with the robot girl way more.
Oh, the one thing that I forgot to mention is that at the end of the movie, Maddie was with me and she was like, so George Clooney's character is clearly still in love with this 11-year-old robot.
Correct.
That was an insane moment for me.
And they have chemistry.
I know. Even when he's 60 and she's 11.
Exactly.
It's fucked up.
It's weird. And just like his rapport with the teenage girl, I don't buy it at all. Like they don't seem like they're friends. It seems like those two actors have probably not stayed in touch since Tomorrowland. Like they were not like becoming besties on set. Mm-hmm. So like even the parts that could have worked on paper, I don't think worked, and it's just I already forgot.
Yeah. No, I don't
remember what I was saying.
I completely agree. I think for me, I said it earlier, this could have been so good. It really could have been so great. They had, the whole lore and backstory of Tomorrowland. You have so many references. And while I think they did a pretty good job at throwing some in at the beginning, I really liked the Small World scene. I mean, that's not Tomorrowland, but it's still like 1964 World Fair. Like it's Disney. It's like, the place with like the new technology and like very forward thinking and like that sort of thing. They have like some Space Mountain, Space Birth architecture, that sort of thing. Like, the rocket could have been a reference to like the Disneyland rocket. But at the end of the day, like I was saying, you don't have those moments, story aside, even if the story was good, you don't have any like Tomorrowland references that you could be like, oh, hey, as a casual, Disney Parks fan, it's a good story. And then, you have those little moments that you can then weave in the story into the lore of actual Tomorrowland in the park. You don't have that. It's a bad story. And then on top of that, you have no references. So it's just like it's not even like you have one or the other, and which would ultimately end up for like a, fine film. It's like, it's neither. Which I was so disappointed in. And again, I love Brad Bird. I love the crew. I love everyone else's work in the past, all the stuff they've done in the past. And like you said, for the most part, like the cast was pretty okay, like pretty good. Like some of them like really stood out. Some of them were fine. George Clooney was like whatever. But, the story just didn't land. And it is one of the more forgettable movies of the entirety of Greenlit, unfortunately.
I agree.
Like there weren't like memorable bits that I can go back to. Like I don't really remember the plot, but like this one bit was really funny or like really fun and interesting. No. Like the only thing I remember even after a second watch is the stuff that I remember from my childhood. So it's like the whole point of the show. It's like rediscover these movies, find new things to love about them. But at the end of the day, it's like really just the same as when I watched it as a kid. And I already forgot. Yeah, you're right. I already forgot about it.
And that's why even when I was watching the movie, I was dreading this recording. It's like, especially when I'm watching a movie I haven't seen, I'm like, okay, my whole thing is like, all right, I'll watch it. And if it's bad, if I know it's going to be bad going in, like critics score is low, there's a good chance I'm probably going to agree with them. You never know, but there's a good chance.
Right.
I'll probably try to look for, hey, what's funny, crazy things that happen in this movie? We can do bits out of it. We can just have a fun conversation about how terrible this movie is. But this, I remember watching and being like, I have nothing to say.
There's just nothing. Yeah, it's nothing fun to talk about.
Yeah, I have nothing to talk about. Like, how are we going to talk about Tomorrowland for over an hour? There's no way.
Like, if I didn't just introduce you to the Disney parks, if we had done this before we went to the parks together, and on top of that, if I wasn't a fan of the parks to begin with, oh my God, this would have been a disaster. Like, at the very least, we had some fun banter about that. But like, oh my God,
this would have been our worst episode.
Yeah.
Because there's just nothing to talk about.
Exactly. But Small World saves it, I guess.
I think it only saves it because we met the cutest old man ever.
Yeah, we met one of the guys in the movie.
Yeah, who was there.
Right. But yes, so one final thought on Tomorrowland.
I can't believe this got greenlit.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Pelton, for indulging me on a Tomorrowland Disney episode. It was a fun time for me to just talk with you about our experiences in the parks and about what could have been such a great movie. Unfortunately, it was not. Tune in next week.
Get one.
Exactly. Tune in next week for a little film called Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm very excited, and you'll find out why next week. We will talk to you then. Bye.
See ya.
Yes, that's totally yours.
Back.
That's totally yours.
Okay,
I like that. I've liked that forever.
This has been a Quaywood audio production.